they trying to get happiness with the material things.
Just another beautiful day in paradise. Helping others is just helping yourself.
Don't be boring.
Say for me, Miami's paradise. If it was my last day,
I'm motivated by money. Monica, it was good to see you. Thank you very much for your time, and I really appreciate it. Always glad to spend a couple of hours with you, to learn something, to hear something interesting. You're very, I would say, unique person. I'm not trying to give you credit, but it's always good to spend time with the people like you to pick up something that I can learn from. Thank you for your time.
Pleasure. Thank you for coming.
Listen,
I love being on your podcast.
Thank you very much.
I like you. You have the best energy. I like your work ethic. I like the way you think. You think like I do. I like that. I love that.
Thank you very much. Look, I'd like to ask many questions, but I guess the most question, let's tell me about yourself. Maybe you can start from the beginning, where you're from, or maybe
I'll start from the beginning. My name is Monica Suleski. I'm half Colombian, half Polish. I'm born in California. For me, life has always been about living, learning, growing, and evolving. Since I've been a little kid, since 5 years old, it's always exercise. My mother's Latin, so it's about eating healthy and always taking care of yourself. And for me, another thing, what's really important, and I would tell anyone, is most important is love yourself. And the biggest form of self-love is taking care of yourself. It's discipline, exercising. I don't know, I always tell people, make yourself happy. 40% of the actions we take in the morning, that's what makes us happy. For me, it's about, I always say, it's just another beautiful day in paradise. Every morning, we're born again. So it's about taking the time in the morning for yourself. Even when I was first started, I always went to the gym. I'm not canceling my gym. It was always about taking care of myself. And the body was always, I always said, strong body gave me a strong mind. And with the discipline of training, I can't deviate. If I would go out at night, I have to leave because I have to work out. They would call me Cinderella. Cinderella leaves before 12, and I always did. But it was always about eating the right food. And I always tell people it's about healing food or toxic food. So this is how I look at my life. Healing food, healing friends, toxic food, toxic friends. So I try to surround myself with people that want to live, learn, and grow. They could be at a higher level than me. That's great. I want to learn. If they want to get to a higher level and I can help you, I'm there to help you. And I always say this all the time. Helping others is just helping yourself. It rebuilds your telomeres, your DNA, everything. And so it's so important, like the Bible says, do unto others as you wish them to do unto you. Religion, I believe in God, and it doesn't matter what religion someone is, as I always say, and we talked about it earlier. If you're a good person, that's all that counts.
Yeah.
So that's pretty much, that's what I believe in. And the other thing that I believe in, and people don't believe, our thoughts are frequency. Our thoughts are words and the action we take. And I say this all the time. You mix the spiritual world with, again, the thoughts and the energy world with the material world, and you do create magic. And people don't realize that magic happens naturally every single day. The body's magic. I tell them.
Look, I'll give you my 5 cents on the thoughts and how they are magic. I had yesterday, part of my team, a big part of my team is remotely in different countries, and we had our kind of virtual New Year / Christmas type of celebration. So I was talking to my guys, and I mentioned one thing that happened to me last week. I purchased a new car, and I was thinking how that car is going to look like if I wrap it and make it matte finish. Matte finish.
Yeah,
matte. And I was driving through Bell Harbor with my wife and the daughter, and I was thinking about it. And right after 20 seconds, and I'm looking on the left, and the car passing by, exactly everything the same. Same model, same color, same even little additions to the car with a matte finish. And I'm just thinking to myself, this is one of the many, I would say, examples when our thoughts can be like realized, or you can call it, I would say, I would call it realized right away. Like it happened, I just thinking about it and it happened right away. And I'm like, okay.
Because that's the power of the thoughts. People don't realize it's such a strong frequency. That's why I always tell people, wish other people well. Revenge is a waste of time. Wishing them well is wishing yourself well. And the other thing, which is so important, like I told you, we're all made of water. So when you talk beautiful thoughts to water, it crystallizes beautiful. When you talk negative thoughts, it goes in the form of daggers. So when we only use positive words and beautiful words, our body's all water, so our frequency is going to be better. So if it's not a beautiful story, keep it to yourself. If someone tells me a negative story, it's going into my chest. The frequency is going here. So I'm like, okay, let's pass the page. It happened to you. Let's talk about what we're going to do now to move forward and to become better and forget that trauma, heal the trauma. People need to heal their traumas, because if you don't, every time you're triggered, it's because you have a trauma. Anybody that they get explosive for some reason, it's a trauma. That's one big thing. People need to heal their traumas. I always say go into meditation. If you can't do it by yourself, get help. There's so many different systems to heal your traumas.
Yeah, and also on that note, I don't know if you heard of it or not, but I'm originally from Russia, right? And back then, when we used to have plants in the houses, right? In apartments, in the houses. So when you water, like my grandmas, for example, when they water plants and they say good things about, I love you, like, I enjoy you and all of that, they grow faster. And it's not just some gimmick, this is true.
It's 100% true.
There's water in there and there's everywhere else, right?
It's getting love.
Yeah.
Beautiful words. Think about it. I always say the voice is the frequency of your body. When the voice is smooth and nice, it's because the inside is smooth and nice. If you ever heard a person like that, their whole frequency is not doing well. And that's why it expels in the voice. And as I was talking to you earlier about the face, that we're water. So our thoughts, it's like an electricity. The beautiful thoughts, it metamorphoses into your face. They say if a person's face is like crooked or the lips get crooked or whatever, it's because of, again, your thoughts, or there's a lot of chaos. Do I believe that? 100%. I was listening to something on TikTok, and it was everything she said is everything I always believed in. And of course, just being happy, and worrying isn't going to get you anywhere in life. It's like, if you do everything you can, let's say, I don't know, it was a test or whatever in work, you've done everything 100%. Don't worry about it. The outcome, I always say, everything works out in life. Also, I always say you spell yourself. Let's say I wake up in the morning, and I really do talk on the Instagram, and I say, it's just another beautiful day in paradise. Every day you're born again. It's a new chance. I always say, every day I step foot out of my door, it's limitless possibilities. You never know who you're going to meet that can change your life, that for the better, create a new idea together, learn something new that opens other doors inside of you. So if I would tell anyone, the best thing is read books. I know you read lots of books. I mean, learning is, oh my God, it expands your mind. You hear other ideas and you pick and choose really what's good for you. And you just get like these downloads, and you just get different ideas.
Yeah. Yeah. How long you been here in Miami, by the way?
My whole life.
Yeah. Whole life. Okay. Wow.
I was born in LA, but we always had a house and came back and forth. I grew up in Pennsylvania. I mean, I have to say, for me, Miami's paradise. I was in a group the other day, and the guy says, "What are you talking about? Miami is hell." I go, "Excuse me. Miami is a paradise if you want it to be." As I tell people all the time, it's vacation life. We have the water here, the beaches, it's sunny. I mean, when you're in this type of weather, you're 40% happier just to look at the water. I mean, for me, I've lived in different places. Miami is, I'm so happy here. It's like my peace. Like I say, I live in this home. For me, it's my heaven on earth. I wake up in the morning, it's my vision board. It inspires me. It's just, I'm excited to wake up. Then when I'm out with a lot of people, because when there's a lot of people around, they take your energy. So then I come home and it's pure peace. So for me, the home is so important, because everything we see subconsciously is registering in our mind. In my house, I have like art with butterflies. Why do I love butterflies? It's transformation. I'm not the same person I was a year ago or a week ago. We're constantly evolving and transforming. I'm looking right now at a piece of art that's a car going forward. It's about we're always moving forward. Yeah. And it's like, because it's decoding, it's like always moving forward. There's only one way in this world. It's up. I'm not going down. I'm always going to go up. It's up to the heavens, as I always say. For me, Miami is heaven on earth.
And I like that sticker, you know, when you walk into your house, it's like it's like mansion on the water in the Venetian Islands, and you walk into your entry and there's like a small sticker, don't be boring. You know? It's very, you know, like...
I'm going to tell you why I put that there.
I love
because
it, to be honest.
Boredom is a choice. And don't be boring. As I tell people when I'll host dinner parties, the girls say, what should I wear? I go, excite me. Wear something that makes me smile. Wear an outfit that's creative, sexy, classy. It could be, wear whatever that excite me, excite my guests. I want to be where you look at someone and makes you smile, makes you happy. Be colorful. You know, why not? Just be your authentic self. Listen, you could say whatever you want to say. Just be open. I don't know, just say your thoughts. Some people, they're afraid to say what they think. Who cares? Just say it. What's the worst thing that can happen? You know, be different. I always say, like, be an outlier. Think of the world as a limitless possibilities, that everything is open to you. And I always say, like, everything is one arm of reach of what we need. If I don't know somebody, I ask a friend and they know someone. So I just think that we have to ask, you know, and connect. For me, I love collaboration and connecting and collaborate. I say, listen, what do you want to collaborate on? What do you want to do? You want to create a business together? You want to host an event together? Do you want to do a small, intimate dinner party? And let's connect the people. It's almost like the Matrix. Like when you see the dots and they're connected, the whole world, we're all connected like that. So we're all one. Everything's connected. I mean, you can't go anywhere in Miami and they don't know you. I'm sure you walk into the rooms and there's always someone you know. Whether you're in Miami, whether you're in Europe, whether you're in, you know, California, wherever, it's like, the world is so small. But I love that though, because when you're good and do good things, it's great. If you're bad, it's not good because it all gets around. I mean, whatever you do always is going to come back to you. So I always say, do everything with a beautiful intention and always have an intention. And just that thought is an energy. And let me tell you, it works. Like every day you leave your house, and I always say it's going to be just another beautiful day. I'm going to meet interesting people and just have a beautiful time. But I do always say on the way up, enjoy your life. I don't believe in that grind of 15 hours a day and I'm not going to enjoy my life. Why? We don't know how long we're going to be on this earth. I want to know that if it was my last day, I spent time with my son, I spent time with my friends, myself, that I'm good. So every day has to be balanced where I work, but I have joy in my life. I have to exercise, have to have my great food. I'm finished at whatever, 5 or 6. And I'm always connecting with people, or I'm by myself just for reflection. And I'm happy with both, you know?
Yeah, I agree on that note. Just not to grind as much as possible, especially here in Miami, right?
I know I'm saying to work. I'm not saying not to work, but
no,
I'm saying to like
I know you what I mean.
Yeah.
The thing is, there's look, that's how we connected, right? That's one of the, I think it was
from the other podcast.
Yeah,
I met you from the other, and I said hi to you.
This is the work, right?
Yes.
You meet people, you like connect people, right? And that's how you do business as well. But same time, you're having pleasure.
I'm having pleasure every day when I work. I went to that podcast. I met you. I don't know. I started talking to you. I invited you on my podcast. And then now I'm on your podcast. I love connecting with people. My gift, I'm a master connector and a multiplier. I connect with everyone. Before coming here, I went to a house. There was 7, 8 people there. I connected with all of them. I'm going to be meeting them in about an hour and a half. I always say I connect because I want to just keep meeting people because it opens more doors for me and I'm connecting to everything I want. I connect with everyone, with all types of people. They could be very similar to me. They could be completely opposite, but I always find something. We have commonality in all of them, or I'm there to bring people awareness. You know?
I guess you have ability to see through, you know, I would say, because we have in our minds, right? As we look at the person and we see the way they look, like, I don't know, the outside look, let's put it that way, right? And sometimes most of the people, they cannot go through that because if they don't look different from what they expect or from what the society right now says it is good or it is bad, then they can kind of separate them from that new connection. But with ability to see through, you can see what type of person it is. If it's good person, bad person, what is that person like, who doesn't like, and all of that, I would say.
But I feel also the energy of the people.
Yeah.
Like I can read, maybe sometimes I make mistakes, but I feel from when I'm sitting next to them, I kind of know, who I'm going to stay friends with, who I'm not, or who I feel that we're really connected. I have a lot of acquaintances. I don't have that many friends that are close friends. I can probably count them on maximum 2 hands, probably one, the best ones. And that's fine. I'm good with that. But do I have a lot of friends? Of course. And do I like all those friends? Yes. But with the time, I also want time for myself because everybody needs time for themselves to reflect and be alone. Because that's when I was listening to something and it's so true. I don't need to ask you advice for things unless, I don't know, doctor, I don't believe in that. I believe in, healing myself with meditation, foods, and natural things. But everything is inside of us. We need to sit, meditate. Sometimes it could be for hours, but be alone, not with anyone else's frequency. And you'll get the answer. Your higher self will give you the answer. Many times I have our intuition, like our heart is our best compass. A couple of times I said, oh no, that's a good person because I think everybody's good. And I felt that person wasn't good. Later on, I realized they weren't good, but it's okay. As I say, bless and release. I'm just learning, but I should have listened to my intuition. I thought that they were taking advantage in the business deal, but I said, no, it's impossible. They're not like that. But always go with your gut feeling. So from now on, I go with my gut. When I know something's not right, I'm not doing it. Or to do business with certain people, when I get that feeling, I walk away. I already know I'm going to listen 100% to my intuition. As somebody said the other day, I asked somebody something, they said, you're not going to listen to me. You're going to do whatever you want. I go, you're right. I shouldn't even ask you. The person already knew it. And it was true. I did what I wanted. And guess what? It worked out perfect. The outcome was amazing. That's why I'm so happy I listened to myself and not listen to the chatter of everybody. They all mean well, but I know best, and I know best. I can get someone else's opinion, but we need to listen to our higher self. But if we're not alone and have reflection, you're going to get confused. All that energy comes around. So I believe that everyone should take time and love being with themselves. Most important, you have to love being who you are. I love who I am and what I've become. So I'm happy with myself. And that's the biggest thing. People need to wake up in the morning and look at themselves and say, I love who I am. Do I love who I am? Okay. If you want to be fitter, go work out, eat better. Okay. You want to be more successful? Okay. Be more disciplined. So you make a choice. I have a book called Life by Design. It's a transformation guide to create the life you love. It's about, mindset, intention, and making the choice. There is no victimization in my life, never has been, never will be. I'm in my situation because I created it this way. I choose to wake up every morning and exercise at 9 o'clock and do the meditation earlier. There's days I'm like, I would like to sleep in or I would like to do something else. No. If I want to be in shape, I know I have to work out those 6 days a week. And it's not even the exercise about looking good. It's about feeling good. And it's like a natural drug for me. It gets me high. I come home from the gym, I feel like I can walk on water. So that's why I promote to people, your health is your wealth. So many people I see, they have a lot of money, but then they're not happy with themselves. They didn't take care of themselves, so they don't reach 100% happiness, because how can you be happy if your body is not healthy? Because think about it, as you know, you exercise. It's a mind, body, soul connection. When the body is strong, the mind is connected. So it even becomes stronger. So for me, I would tell anyone, health has been my number. If I wasn't healthy, I wouldn't be living in this lifestyle. I wouldn't be as successful in business, because you walk into a room and you feel good and you're healthy, you're fit. People see that. I want to do business with people that are disciplined and are happy and healthy. It's not that you have to be that way, but why not? why not be the best version? And forget about yourself. What about your children? When you're like that, your children don't listen to what you say. They only listen to what you do. Mm-hmm. I do have a beautiful son. He works out, doesn't drink, very disciplined, and very beautiful soul. Inside and outside, he's beautiful. But I didn't tell him anything. He just sees what does his mother and father do. So for anyone out there, I would say, okay, you don't want to do it for yourself, do it for your kids. Forget about you then. If you can't do it for you, do it for them. That's what I would tell any parent, anybody.
Lead by example.
Yeah, they're going to lead by example. So
you don't have to say anything.
Yeah, you have kids, you know that. You're doing the right thing.
And you mentioned about some people with the money, they are not happy, right? Because what I've realized, right, when I look at some of my acquaintances, that they trying to get happiness with the material things, they to buy another car or to buy another jewelry or whatever, something that material that you can touch, but it's not about that. If you're not happy inside of you, the answer is within.
100%. Yeah. And as the Bhagavad Gita says, if you're happy with the Honda, you'll be happy with the Rolls Royce. Yeah. Some people have said to me, oh, if I had what you had, I'd be happy. No, you wouldn't. Happiness begins inside. That's why, for me, what is success? Happiness. Success is inner peace and to be happy every day. And also to love what I do every day. You're right. I talk to people all day long. And you know what? I love it because I'm learning all day long. I'm either teaching someone or I'm going to learn from them. Like today, my friend gave us that book. You already read it, but I'm going to download that book. And I'm audible.com because I'm listening all the time. For me, that excites me to learn all the time. And think about it. The more I learn, I share to all my friends. Let's say my friend on the phone, he's like, Monica, I'm listening to this. You got to listen to it. Then you already listened to it, so you send it to me.
That was quick.
But I'm super fast in that. You give me something, I read it right away. I'll download it today. So it's all about everybody sharing their knowledge. So a lot of friends I have, they read a lot. So they're like, okay, did you get this book? No, read this book. So we're always like sharing what we have together, or we're working together. I meet friends and I don't know, we start doing business together. Because why? Because I like your business ethic is great. I'm not buying any real estate, but if I was, why would I use you? Because you're disciplined. I already spoke to you. I already know how you are. So I'm sooner going to hire you than the party guy. I'm not going to hire the party guy. I'm going to hire the guy I know when I call, he's there. I know he's going to work on my project, not someone that has 5,000 listings. It's like 5,000 children. How are you going to take care of 5,000 children? You're not. So it's important. I'm in sales. You're in sales. So the way we live our lifestyles, of course, we're going to be there for the client. And that's so important.
Yeah, definitely.
And I'm sure when you're with the client, you talk also about self-development. Me, the client, somehow I wound up giving everyone self-development, books to read. And so think about it. Because again, we're in sales. As we're selling, we're also helping the people. We're bringing awareness. And I love that because if you could ignite someone to that, they're going to ignite a bunch of other friends and it's a ripple effect, which actually makes the world a better place. And you have little kids. My kid's going to eventually, he's bigger, but they're in this world and it keeps going and going. So it brings up the frequency of the world. People don't realize that. Like there was a study they did in Israel with 3,000 people praying on the vibration of love. Nobody died. It was like everything was calmer because when all of us pray together, prayer is 100% proven scientifically to work. So if everybody's on that frequency of giving back, of sharing, everyone will be better. So it's like, why not? Or like, let's say you get better, your friends get better. If there's a friend higher than me in the spiritual world or in the educational world, and she's my friend, of course I'm gonna learn from her. And I love that.
Yeah.
It's also a frequency. If you're around successful people, they don't have to do anything for you. Your income will go up like 15% because you're in that frequency of, again, abundance and growing higher. So it's so important to surround yourself with the people that are always living, learning, and growing, or the ones that want to grow. Okay, take them up with you. So I love that.
Yeah, definitely. Look, I'm listening to you, and at the same time, I'm thinking a lot of. I like when within conversation, I have another thoughts in my mind happening right away. It means like the conversation going in a productive way. And you mentioned about when when we are we're salespeople, right, in sales, and also we help our clients in other ways. For example, I had one friend, he's my client as well, and one time, it was some time ago, he mentioned to me like I'm, how to say, like kind of psychologist in a certain way.
Yeah,
you
you
know,
are.
when I meet
Listen,
with
we're like
him,
therapists. I'm
yeah,
sorry.
I meet with him, you know, and we talks and we talk about the business. Like last time when I had a meeting with him, you know, he just, because I give him, he knows like a couple of things about me. One, he knows I'm not, how to say that, I'm motivated by money, but I'm not like, if for example, if he wants to buy something or invest somewhere, you know, like, and I gain profit of it, commission, if I know it's
If
just
it's not good, you're not
yeah,
going
it's
to do
not
it.
good.
Of course
I'll
not.
tell
Yeah.
them, look, this is, I don't think you should buy right now. For example, he approached some time ago. He's like, look, I want to buy something right there because like this and that. I'm like, maybe you just better to rent it for a month or so. Just take a look. He has like multiple, like 10 properties here in Miami. And I told him, just rent it there and see if this is something that you want or not. And then you will figure out for yourself, you know. Some others trying to sell him, and he's like, he realized that already. He has that trust.
Being good is always going to be good for you. People know that. Like the same as what you do.
It's just I'm honest to myself. You know, I'm not going over my.
It's actually good for your body, though. Trying to sell him a property that you know that he wants to buy that's not good. In the long run, you're hurting yourself. You're not being good to the business relationship, but also it's still frequency in your body. It's like a person knowing that I'm never going to promote or sell a product that's not good, that I don't use myself. If they tell, I'm going to pay you millions and millions to promote this product, but if it's not good, why would I do that? Because me knowing that it's wrong is not good for my frequency. People can read in the energy world. It's like we subconsciously know we're doing wrong. How can that be good for my frequency of my body? Me, I'm all about health and about, I want everyone happy. Also the same thing. Yes, I like to work, but I'm not really money motivated at this. It's just, I am, but I'm not. I'm meaning like, if the client tells the same thing, they say, no, I need this. I have a rental house. I want to spend this budget. Okay, let's do this. I find furniture that looks expensive that's not, and I always keep in the budget. Because when you keep the client happy, I'm happy because they're happy. And again, it's a trickle effect. They know you're honest. Everybody knows. Like I've been, you know, they sometimes overcharge me. I just never use the person again. So whatever someone does to me that's wrong, I'm not going to tell anybody. I'm not going to mention any names. It's a waste of my breath. But I'm just not going to, you've lost my whole
you just
referral.
tried, you realize, okay, this is one enough is enough.
No, I just say, bless and release. You know, they're self-sabotaging themselves. They can't help. You don't get rich from one client. It's you make a little bit from everyone and then life is better. But some people, they try to make a ton from one client. That doesn't work because they're never going to use you again. Yeah. And the best referrals are your clients. You know, happy clients are the best.
And they're not just clients because you're around those people. It's
they become friends.
Yeah, they become friends. You spend your life with those people, right? And you choose if you're gonna spend part of your life with someone that you're trying to rip off, and then he's gonna do the same thing to you, pretty much. And it's just not really.
We will end.
Exactly.
We go our separate ways.
Exactly.
But some of my best friends they were clients. Most of my friends were clients and they stay friends. I host a lot of beautiful events. So all the clients that I like, I invite to my events. Sometimes they're private, so I can't invite all of them. But I like connecting and keeping in contact. And then same, we learn from each other. It's always sharing experiences, and then you just build like a beautiful network of people. As they always say, your network is your net worth. Because whoever you need, like when you're with a bunch of entrepreneurs, each one helps each one. Okay, I have this person. You need this. Okay, let me connect you with this person. So in the long run, always being good helps. I was out the other night at this group and the girl's like, oh, but this people, they work with a very not polite, nasty way. I go, that's not the best. I said, I'm always nice with people. Niceness always gets me niceness back. Even if someone's not in the best way, I'm going to be nice. I always tell people, I have the reins of the horse. Even if they were to come in not happy, you're going to walk out happy. Because I can control you with whatever I say. Not control you, but make you happy. I can make you happy with depending upon the words I say. As I always say, I tell people, you change and that person would change. Forget about changing them. When you change, they'll change. So we all have the power to put things in the way we want. It's just if we know how to say it the right way and how to read the person the right way. And that's, again, what I'll always say, read as many books as you can about everything, business, psychology, the energy world, healing, books on telepathic books, psychic books, because we're all psychic and we're all telepathic. If you ever think of someone sometimes and they think of you. Yeah. The other day I had this dream. And it was so real. When I woke up, I'm like, oh my God, it's like, I'm really not in that dream anymore. I thought it was so real. Mm-hmm. And then it brought me a moment of sadness. And then my friend Ting came in my mind, and all of a sudden she FaceTimed me. And she's like, oh, I want to introduce you to my friends. And it was like a beautiful moment. So the millimeter of sadness from the other dream, it was so weird. She came in my mind and she called. It's like, because she was thinking of me at the same time. Mm-hmm. People don't realize it's 100% true. Like, let's say you could have a dream. That's another dimension. Since we live in a multidimensional world, I mean, not everybody's into that, but like, there's another version of us in another time. And do I believe that? 100%. Why are dreams so real? Why is astral projection real? There's so many interesting, mystical, magical things of this world. It's so exciting and just amazing that that draws me, because that world exists. Mm-hmm. And why not have it all? Why not have the abundant lifestyle, the healthy lifestyle, but also have the very spiritual side? You came to one of the events I hosted here, the spiritual event. I think it was Shaman Omar. Mm-hmm. And wasn't that other guy speaking from Australia?
Yeah, very nice.
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
For example, in that event, there was one of my friends. He had texted me the next day. He says, usually Ronnie gets me here because he's saying there's always beautiful women. Mm-hmm. He goes, and I came, but I didn't realize when I left that it was like an awakening about a new faith. And this was a business guy. So like, he was super touched. And there was people that were just relaxed because they had time to think. The lectures were great. And they're like, you open awareness of them. You open for them to be aware of that world and like, oh my God. So I think like for me, success would be having the spiritual balance, the balance of life, the health, and having, prosperity. And so this way you have, for example, let's say I've worked, so I have time that I can be on a podcast, that I can mentor others. So that gives me the work ethic that I had, gives me the time now to do, I do what I want, when I want, but I also have the time to help people. But if I didn't have this discipline and I just was regular, I wouldn't have the time. I'd be working 24/7 just to pay, your bills. So happiness is inner peace to me.